Well, we started 4 o'clock with this. This is an image from a downtown camera, and you can see Pikes Peak in the background. Unfortunately, that's about all we have to tell you right now about all this smoke that is being generated to the south of the metro area. We did get in touch with South Metro Fire. They say this is not one they are responding to, so they're talking about this fire maybe being in Littleton or Englewood. We really are short of information at this point, but I guarantee you a lot of people in the south part of the metro area are seeing all of this smoke. We will be bringing you more information on this as soon as we do get it. We'll have the latest right here on 4 o'clock at 9 News.
And we're just hearing that that's at a recycling plant. Don't know the name, don't know much else about it. We'll stay on top of it throughout the hour. Also this afternoon, we've learned that the owners of 2 pit bulls that attacked a 12-year-old boy and his grandmother are now being charged. This attack happened just over a month ago. 89-year-old Mary Gehring died from her injuries 4 days after the attack. Kayla Mooney, who is her granddaughter and the mother of the 12-year-old boy, along with Victor Bentley, face charges of unlawful ownership of a dangerous dog. Mooney faces 4 charges. Bentley faces 4 as well. The 2 are ordered to appear in court November 22nd. If you were paying attention this weekend, it was another violent weekend in the Denver metro area. Much of the violence once again involving young people. In the past few weeks, we have seen an alarming number of people under the age of 18 killed or seriously injured by gunfire. Some say the increase in youth violence is tied to schools opening back up again. Here's 9 News crime and justice reporter Matt Chaplow.
A house party in Adams County last weekend, an apartment building near the University of Denver early Saturday morning, another house party in Adams County early Sunday morning. All scenes of shootings in which people under the age of 18 were either killed or wounded by gunfire.
A scared child that doesn't understand the options that he has other than violence is going to turn to violence every time. And that's what these kids are doing.
Jason McBride is the violence interruption specialist for Struggle of Love, a nonprofit that mentors school-age kids in the Denver metro area.
We've had more issues, more shootings, more overall violence.
As far as the 3 cases I mentioned at the beginning of the story, Denver police arrested 2 men in connection with a murder near the DU campus. Meanwhile, the Adams County Sheriff's Department has not yet made any arrests in either of the house party shootings from the past week. Kim?
It's hard to hear about these things, but we can't forget them because there are families and so many people directly impacted.
For sure, it's an enormous problem, unfortunately, with no obvious solutions.
All right, thank you, Matt.
And this morning, a student and teacher were killed, several others injured in a shooting at a high school in St. Louis. The suspect also died. Police got the call out to Central VPA High School just after 9 a.m. The reports were of an active shooter. Some students fleeing the school told officers that the shooter was armed with a long gun. Officers went right there and located and then exchanged gunfire with that suspect. A man at this point they're only describing as about 20 years old. He was shot, taken to the hospital, but that is where he died.
So we just thought it was a regular intruder drill, but then when we started hearing sirens outside and the teachers started to even get scared, we knew that this wasn't just a regular drill and it was real. So then the teacher, she crawled over and she was asking for help to move the lockers to the door so they can't get in. And we started hearing glass breaking from the outside and gunshots outside the door.
Some people say it could have been worse, but that the shooter's gun actually jammed. In total, there were 8 people who had to go to the hospital with various injuries.
1 woman died at the hospital and a teenage girl died at the school. A family in Aurora has lost count of the number of times cars has crashed into their backyard, and in some cases, the cars have crashed into their home. Carmen Rodriguez lives on the corner of Havana Street and East 4th Way. She's tired of traffic from Havana ending up on her property, putting her family and neighbors in danger. The last time it happened was February, when a car crashed through her backyard and into her daughter's bedroom. The family had to replace the fence around the property multiple times and resorted to stacking rocks in front of it.
Las rocas están para que los carros no llegan hasta adentro, pero ni eso, ni las rocas han detenido los carros. Y yo quiero que la ciudad haga algo, como una pared o algo, un muro o algo.
Carmen and her neighbors plan to speak before Aurora City Council tonight. They have done so before. The city says it's been working with CDOT over the past couple of years to improve safety in the area. There are also plans for a traffic signal at the intersection. But for Carmen and her neighbors, that change can't wait.
Well, the cold moved in yesterday and stuck around this morning. It has warmed up a bit throughout the day today. You can see some clouds, but also some brilliant blue skies. So let's get to Kathy and talk about what we've seen and what we're going to see soon.
It was cold this morning.
Yeah.
First of all, Kim, welcome back. So glad to see you.
Thank you.
Back here at 4 o'clock. It was cold this morning. And Tom, you were probably out walking the dog this morning and needed that extra heavy jacket, right?
No, I toughed it out.
You did?
Yeah.
A sweater?
Since when do you
hoodie?
tough it out?
I
T-shirt?
I toughed it out by telling the dogs to go walk themselves.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what?
Well, temperatures were in the 20s this morning. That's the first time we've seen that this year. Now, officially out of DIA, it was 31, but that freeze warning in effect for a reason. And so if you had tomato plants and plants outdoors that you didn't cover, probably say goodbye to those this morning. It is a beautiful afternoon. We are saying goodbye to the storm that brought the mountain snow. Finally, Mother Nature helping out with the snowmaking in the high country. And there's more snow coming in the short term. Big, broad center of circulation now moving toward Texas, and they're actually looking at heavy rain and thunderstorms tonight and tomorrow from central Texas up through the central plains. We're left with just a beautiful day. These are your low temperatures this morning. Look at this, 19 in Laramie, 31 in Denver, 27 in Lyman, 26 in Parker this morning, 15 in Leadville. Morning low temperatures very winter-like on this fall day, but with winds coming in out of the west, and yes, they are kicking up ahead of the next weather system approaching. We're seeing a downsloping effect, and we're starting to see that nice warming. We're still below the average of 62, but low 50s and not as much wind along the Front Range that we experienced yesterday. That was a lot for a lot of you. 51 in Denver this afternoon, almost 60 in Lamar, 36 in Eagle, 29 in Steamboat. And between now and about 9 o'clock, temperatures will slide. Don't have too far to go between now and sunset from the low 50s to the mid 40s. But in Maine weather, we are going to talk about additional snow for the high country, and there is snow in the extended forecast for Denver. That's right. The extended forecast includes the chance for snow here. I'll break all of it down in just a few more minutes.